Hello and welcome to another episode. In this episode, I'm looking at a song called BBS. A BBS, just in case you don't know, is a bulletin board system. The song was requested by one of the Patreons. I do this thing at Christmas time where I would just basically say on the Patreon, like as a reward for being a Patreon, if you've got any ideas for a song, you want a personalised song written, just let me know. And I kind of write these little acoustic songs and record them and then send them off to the Patreons that request them. Millstone Barn asked for one specifically about BBS, and I wrote it, and then it got requested in the Twitch bar a few times. So I've played it quite a few times live. I know the song pretty much inside out because I've played it enough times. I know what all the lyrics are and everything, so I don't need to sit there with my notebook kind of scribbling stuff. I've got it sorted in terms of the click track now as well, so I've just figured out, after playing it a few times to a click track, it is 161 BPM. So I'm now going to play it to my 161 BPM click track, after which we'll do the same as you do, the same that we always do. What we always do. This is the second time I've done it on camera. We'll start layering it up, figuring out all the nuances and the stuff that we need for the studio to save money. It's nice playing a song that you already know. Like, I've played it a bunch of times. It makes it way easier because I don't need to get out pen and paper. It's just like I've played this one a bunch of times already. Not every single Patreon song ends up as a... sometimes they're quite a personal song. Some people want you to write a song that's about something, and you write it and it's just their song and they keep it. Sometimes it ends up bleeding into the Twitch bar when they request it, and then other people request it, and then it becomes a normal song, which BBS now is. It's quite nice. I quite like it. It's a catchy little tune. Not 100% sure about the ending yet. The ending's got this, it kind of goes... Can either end there, or it could end on... Do you know what? I'm just going to end it there. I'm going to do that. It's a quick song. It's a quick indie song, like the other one. I'll do a longer song at some point. But anyway, we now have the song played to a click track. So let's do some drum organisation with that. Right, sometime later, the drums are now finished. So I've programmed those, as I already mentioned. They're 161 BPM. It's quite a fast song. It is quite a simple drum thing going on. Scott might make it more complicated, you never know. But essentially, it is not much. It's not that much going on with it. It's mainly snare and kick at the moment. There's a couple of toms in there. Let me just show you what we've got. It sounds like this. So you've got the odd kick in there, the odd snare, the odd cymbal. I tell you what I found out though recently. When you click on this, you've actually got the choice of three. I'll just tell you this just because I discovered this today. You got the drum editor, the key editor, and the score editor here, depending on what sort of MIDI you're editing. And whenever I'm doing drums, for some reason, it always opens up in the key editor. So what I've done, I didn't know you could do this. I've just added this drum map thing to the track, and that means now if I click away from that, click back into it again, it stays in drum mode, which is insanely useful because I just found it a pain. So anything you've got to do that takes 3 or 4 clicks, and now it takes 1 click, or no clicks in this case. I just click there. Whenever I go onto the editor tab, if it's a drum tab, it opens like that, and if it's a MIDI, it'll open in the MIDI tab. Anyway, what other exciting things have we got on the drums here? I've emphasised, we've got a few little fills. I've emphasised the BBS, which is the big thing that I want to emphasise. That's the main takeaway, the thing that I wanted to do. You can see on the chorus drums, when it goes BBS, I wanted there to be that to be emphasised with some snare kick or cymbal or a combination of those, which I've done. So if you listen to that bit, BBS. There you go. You can hear that there, and you can see that in my editor. If I click on that, you can see where it says BBS, there is a crash for each of those. BBS. And then I think I emphasised some other little words in here as well, where I did some other fills. I've got two phone lines, check me out, no downtime here. I'm all about pre-chorus. Yeah, I've got her. So the I've got her I did with, I kind of add a little simple, again, this might all go out the window when Scott starts playing it properly, but I added I've got a. So the bit where I do that, I'd do that on, you've got 3 toms there, so it's, and that'll go, I've got a. So there we go. The drums are in a situation now that I can now start messing around with bass guitar. So that's what I'll do. Get the bass guitar out, start trying to come up with some kind of bass for this. And then after that, re-record the acoustic guitar, maybe put down the vocals again, and then start building up overdubs. Okay, so I've come up with the bass part. This song's only 3 chords the whole way through. It's got its first chorus, mid, late chorus, but there's three chords the entire way through. All that changes is the order of the chords. Sometimes that's all you need, which makes it easy to play bass. The bass itself as well. I've kind of come up with a very, very simple bass part that's just essentially matching the root notes with no frills or anything else. It's just kind of like a pulsed thing. So the verse sounds something like. So I'm going to do that essentially. And then when it comes to the chorus, do more of it. So in the chorus, it will be like. Anyway, let's play it and see how it goes. Managed to record it all the way through in one take after 24 takes, which is quite good for me. So I've now got that done. It sounds like this. You can hear it through my mic. So now I've got the drum and the bass done. I'm just going to re-record the rhythm guitar to that and then start building up the track again. Okay, recording the acoustic guitar again. This is going in through a DI, and I've also got my mic here as well, which again, I'll just pan that a little bit to left and right. Here we go. So it's another day now. I've got the foundations of the track done. I've redone the vocals again as well after the guitar, just to kind of get an idea of what the bass sounds like before doing the overdubs. The bass track at the moment sounds like this. And I've got a few ideas for overdubs at the moment. So it's just guitar overdubs. So my ideas are, I'm playing the Jag stang today, by the way, which is, the strings haven't been changed for years. The intonation's slightly out, and I generally don't play it in the studio because it has those issues. But it's, obviously I could change the guitar strings, but it's not the best, most accurate guitar. Not the most in tune guitar always, but I like playing it. But you know, I bought it. The only reason I bought it was because I saw Peter Buck playing one, and REM's my favourite band. He played it in the music video for What's the Frequency, Kenneth? Anyway, the ideas for the overdubs are the main verse bit. I just wanted like a quick thing, and in my head it was going nee, 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 which I've translated to something like this. Not there. It would be, where would it be? It would be there. Because it's played a lot and it's quite quick, I might end up just having to play it on one chord and kind of loop it and play it enough until I can play it, it's played accurately, and then I'll do the other chord. And then I'm playing it open, so on the acoustic guitar I'm playing it with the capo on. I thought to do a bit of contrast, play it without the capo and transpose the chords a little bit. So I'm thinking for the bit where you've got the pre-chorus, you've got that kind of classic thing where you're going from one chord to another chord to lead up to the chorus. And I'm going to do that using some power chords. So just to get up to that bit, do a... And then when the chorus comes in, to again emphasize that BBS, just play those chords open. So it would just be... Not sure about the middle eight yet. I might just play along with the acoustic guitar on the middle eight and then tweak the effects and stuff. So I'm going to kind of do these guitar bits, layer it up, and then I'll start choosing some effects. I might come back to you when I'm at the computer and these little guitar bits are laid down, and then go through effects and how they're going to fit in with everything. Right, so I've recorded the guitar parts. I'm now moved over to the screen thing so that you can see what I'm doing to it afterwards. So I've did lots of takes of me going nee, 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 which sounds like this. And me doing that to the other chord that's in the verse. I recorded the power chords, which on the, what are they on? They're on the pre-chorus, so in the build up to the chorus when everything else kind of just adds a bit more. And then we get into the chorus. That sounds like a tinny guitar at the moment because that's what it is. It's just my guitar DI'd straight in, but we'll add some stuff to it to make it sound like a real guitar. But when we go in the proper studio, we use proper amps to mic stuff up. For the minute, it is just me DI'd, but there's enough for me to roughly work out the sound and the placement. That's the middle. So here's my idea. My idea for the intro, if I take those off now, is that, let me show you this. That's me drinking. I'm having a drink before I record the vocals. I'm going to get rid of that because it's going to annoy me. But that's there. Let's bring that over here. Here we go again. Do the same actually with this. Clean it up a little bit. So the intro's that. My idea is, let's take that, because I just play that first chord of the verse for the intro, that's all it is, so I can use that there. And what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to make it go. So you've got everything coming in at the same time. So what I'm going to do is to make it kind of sound a bit different when the vocals come in. I'm going to add one extra thing, which is the bass. But to add the bass, you've got to get rid of the bass. So we're going to get rid of the bass up to there. So when the vocals kick in, the bass kicks in also. So it just sounds like there's some kind of change going on. Next, let me just check the takes of that as well. And check I've got the best take. I'm sure I have, because I just basically stopped on the take that I thought was good. But let me just double check. That sounds alright to me. To bring you closer, to bring you closer to me. That'll do for a demo. Right, let me go to the effects, and I have a tuner in here which I can get rid of now because I don't need to tune my guitar on that track anymore. So let's go to amps, amp simulator. Here's an amp. Let's see what we've got in the predefined amps. California combo. I think it needs to be clean. Whatever this part is, it kind of needs to be maybe a little bit of dirt, but maybe clean, mainly clean. And I feel like it needs to be a bit reverby, like twangy. Let's add some reverb to that too. Reverb. What reverbs have we got? Let's do the H reverb. Let's do Roomworks. It's just the standard one that comes with Cubase. What we've got here, lo-fi reverb. That sounds cool. With I've got everything. Quite subtle, isn't it? You want, I've got everything you need. Let's try it. Let's try it on its own. That's quite nice. Now let's go back to the amp simulator and listen to some other sounds. Let's loop this bit here and press this button here, and then too dirty. Too clean. Too dirty. Broken transistor radio. That's I quite like that. It just feels like it needs to be a little bit more distortion on it, kind of. Broken tube. Just try some others real quick before California combo. Classic rock combo. What's that sound like? Too dirty. California vintage clean. Classic rock. Too dirty. Click and dirt. No. Dulux cranked. No. distorted loop, well, it is a loop essentially. Oh, that's distorted synth line. I can barely hear that. What's that actually sound like? My solo it out. Where's my guitar thing gone? Do I like that? What was the one before? Distorted loop, I think sounded better than that one. Let's go with distorted loop, otherwise that's the thing, you get paralysed by indecision. You'd be here all day doing this. So I think that is... Bring that down a bit. I might add a touch more reverb. Let's just try another reverb. What other reverbs? We've got guitar specific reverb in there? No. Reverb. FX, hall, surround, room with a view. Down a touch more. My idea for this is that it'll basically, you'll hear it for the first bar, and then it'll be there in the verse, but I'll just drop it down significantly, so it'll be there, but then when the drums go and then the vocals kick in, the vocals kick in, the bass kicks in, and that will come down a little bit, but it will still be there. Okay, and then we'll have these two down like there. I've got everything you want, I've got everything you need to bring you closer, to me. I've got expansion. That's what I want. That's enough for me to know what it's going to sound like. I've got everything you want. I'm going to bring this one up and that one, because the one that's on the bring you close sounds slightly louder than that one, so I'm going to bring this one up, that one down a tiny bit. You need to bring you closer. I've got everything you want. I've got everything you need to bring you closer. To bring you closer to me. There we go. And then we can copy and paste that. Whenever I do things like copy and paste or loop things or don't play things properly and rely on the DAW to do things better, I always feel like I've got Rick Beato in my ear. Right, taking shortcuts. Right, here we go, that's that. And then the pre-chorus, I recorded this little power chordy bit to lead us into the chorus. I don't want that bit, whatever that trailing bit is there. So let's just chop some of this off. All my wonderful takes. All right, there we go. Now I'm going to add, what guitar will we add to this one? What other amp stuff we got here? VST amp rack. Did I know I had that? Indie. Oh look, I must have used it at some point. Indie combo. What's that sound like? Let's have a look. I must have used it last time because I obviously used this app thing and I searched for the word indie. I used one of those. It sounds alright. It sounds alright straight away. Why bother keep flicking through stuff? I'm going to go with Indie Soft Crunch. I like that. Indie Soft Crunch. Let's listen to that again. You know what else I'm going to do? Because I've got a lot of takes down. I'm pretty sure the last 2 or 3 were all right. I'm going to duplicate this track. I'm going to remove everything from this track. And then I'm going to try using the last 2 takes, pan slightly to left and right. I'll use both of those guitar sounds. Because there we go, let's try. So I've got 2 takes. I've got take 4 and take 5 there. That sounds all right. Let me use 2 guitar effects. So we'll have on the first one, we're using Indie Soft Crunch, and on the other one, we'll use the other one, the other indie one. What was the other indie one? Indie Combo. So we're using Indie Combo, and we're using... Let me hear those both together. Let me hear one at a time actually. So I've got that sound, and I've got that sound. So what I might do, let me just loop that so I can just pay attention to it. So for that, slightly to the right. This one, slightly to the left. That's actually, wait a minute. And then with everything else. Okay, now let's see what that sounds like. So we've got our pre-chorus doing the power chord bit, and then I am strumming open chords on the BBS bit. Let's hear that all together. Oh, exactly what I've got. Bring them both down a tiny bit. I've got to fall So I don't know, something might need to go on that second. It kind of builds up, which is quite nice, and it drops back down again for the second verse. I'm thinking just now at this moment whether or not that second verse, actually no, I was going to say it needs something else, but I haven't added these little bits here to the second verse yet. Let me add those. See how that sounds. Verse 2 is there. Verse 2 comes at the 39. There we go. I've got 2 phone lines, check me out. No downtime here, I'm all about the S100 host. I've got 2 phone lines, check me out. No downtime here, I'm all about the S100 host machine that keeps the boards all running clean. I've got the... Alrighty. And then we've got pre-chorus and chorus again. So because it's a demo, might even do this in the studio, but I am going to just copy and paste these. Let me just make them the same length to appease my OCD. I'll take that, and that kicks in just half a bar before the pre-chorus. So we'll do the same on the second pre-chorus. So that happens again, and then we've got the middle. So for the middle, I did a fairly similar thing. I put on some, what did I do? Let me just... I did some power chordies. Did some power chords, and I did... I'll just cut that. I did power chords and then strummed the chorus again. Let's get rid of that. So let's go straight into that, see what it sounds like. I can see the new world and it's... I can see the new world. That's weird. Oh yeah, right, so I think I'm just changing chord. This is the thing with copy and pasting. Sometimes you do need to play things properly just so that you're ending one chord and starting the next chord in the right place, if that makes sense. Goodness me. Right, there we go. What have I done here? Let's try that. I can see the new world. Let's do the same again and take those last 2 takes, and we will, what will I do? So there's 2 takes and I'll put them in the 2 different guitar effects. I can see the new world and it's coming down the tracks. And when it's over then I'll finally look back. Yeah, my BBS. I think that is all I wanted to do with the guitars. So I might have a little think about other overdubs, maybe something else on the middle 8, maybe something else on the next verse. We'll see. So I just went away and tweaked a few little bits and pieces. I think I'm done now. This is it. I don't feel the need for other overdubs. I did think about having a synth or some organ or something on the middle 8, but really I feel that the chord progression and the vocal melodies and stuff kind of differentiate bits enough that I don't feel like I need any of that. So I have made a couple of very minor tweaks. I changed the guitar effect for this little bit here. I changed to, what did I change to? FX Car Plus Strong. and I changed the amp sim to, no, I kept it, I changed that, I just basically tweaked the distortion ever so slightly on the amp sim. I also changed one of the takes. I felt like the take wasn't quite in and there was a better one, so I tweaked that take. So now it sounds like that. I've got everything you want. What else did I change? I found out the bit where I was going into the mid-late. I thought the guitar was wrong. It wasn't, it was me. I don't know how I missed it. I actually had it just a few pixels to the right and that was causing it to sound wrong. I was thinking, but I've moved that now. So now going into the mid-late actually sounds quite nice. It's like a nice, the guitar kind of goes, stops, where I kind of deaden it on this bit here. So it goes, and I reversed a little bit of it as well. This is weird. Listen to this. I don't know if I'll keep that in the demo, but that last little bit of the bass, it plays normally here. And then the other thing, when everything kicks in, this just kicks in quite abruptly. So it's, let me show you all together. So yeah, not a lot more to add. I've added the vocals. I kind of did that off camera just because I need to get stuff done, and it's a little bit slower doing stuff when I'm filming at the same time. The vocals I played around with quite a lot and ended up coming up with just doubling up the vocals because it sounded quite nice being doubled up. And it's coming down the tracks. When it's over, then I'll finally look back. Yeah, my BBS. I use the vocals CLA and a bit of Abbey Road. So there we go, BBS is done, the demo's done, that's ready to go to the studio and we can turn it into a proper song. Thank you for tuning in.